Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody. My name is Salwa Hanan Andini. My student number is 140142145 I'm from Prodi PGSD from UNES Faculty of Education. In this video, I will presentation my English analysis about tenses from short stories and movies. Let's start it. First, I want to presentation my English analysis about tenses from short stories with title Alice in Wonderland. Simple present tense have formula subject plus verb 1 plus object. The example sentence 1. One of my mushroom makes you grow tall and other side makes you shrink. One of my mushroom is subject, makes is verb 1, you is object. Caterpillar said its sentence to Alice is the present tense because that story happens at that time in the present. The verb 1 added es because the subject is caterpillar, which is similar to it, singular. Number 2. Oh, I do know the answer to your question. I is subject, do know is verb 1, the answer is object. The situation tells that Alice doesn't know the answer and happens in the present when the man speaks. Simple past tense have formula subject plus verb 2 plus object. The example sentence 1. Then Alice noticed a small table in the corner of the room. She went to it to find a small bottle of pink potion with the label. Alice is subject, notice is verb 2, a small table is object. She is refers to Alice is subject, went is verb 2 from go, and then to it to find a small bottle of pink potion is object. The situation tells that Alice likes to throw back in the past in Wonderland. The verb notice and when notified that this situation happened in the past. So the situation is started and end in the past. Number 2. She saw the rabbit outside the smallest door before it closed shut. She is subject, saw is verb 2 from she, the rabbit is object. Alice saw the rabbit outside the smallest door. It tells that the situation happened and done in the past. Past continuous tense have formula subject plus was or were plus verb ing plus object. The example sentence: one sunny day, Alice was sitting next to her sister. Alice is subject, was sitting is was plus verb ing, next to her sister is object. The word was sitting tells that the situation is continuing at some point in the past. At that time, Alice was sitting next to her sister, so the situation was still felt by Alice at some point in the past. In example of past continuous tense, I just could find one example because there is just one sentence with suitable with the formula. Present continuous tense have formula subject plus is or am or are plus verb ing plus object. Present continuous tense is used to show that an ongoing action is happening now. But in these short stories, I could not find present continuous tense because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula. Simple future tense have formula subject plus will plus verb 1 plus object. The example sentence: when I will meet you in the evening at the Queen's Palace. I is subject, will meet is will plus verb 1, you is object. Cat say to Alice that they will meet again in the palace. When cats say that this situation has not yet happened, the situation will begin and end in the future. Number 2, you will play croquet with me. You is subject, will play is will plus verb 1, croquet is object. The king says it to Alice because the situation will start in the future after the king starts the game. So, at that moment, the situation was not yet happening. Present perfect tense have formula subject plus has or have plus verb 3 plus object. The example sentence: you have been accused of stealing heart-shaped tarts from the queen's kitchen. You is subject, have been accused is have been verb 3, of stealing heart-shaped tarts is object. Cat says to Alice that she has been accused of stealing heart-shaped tarts. This means that the action began in the past and continued to the present time that Alice has been accused in front of people and animals. Number 2, I haven't even stolen anything. I is subject, haven't even stolen is have not verb 3, anything is object. Alice explained to the king that she haven't even stolen anything. This means that from the past until present, Alice haven't even stolen anything. Present perfect continuous tense have formula subject plus has or have plus been plus verb ing. Present perfect continuous tense shows that something action started in the past and is continuing at the present time. But in these short stories I could not find the example of present perfect continuous tense because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula. Past perfect tense have formula subject plus had plus verb 3 plus object. The example sentence: her guards had made a mistake earlier in the day and so she had turned them into cards for the game. Her guard is subject, had made is had plus verb 3, a mistake is object. She is refers to the king, is subject, had turned is had plus verb 3, them is object. The situation in this sentence happened before another action happened in the past. The guard had made mistakes in this situation before the king gave the punishment. And the word she had turned this happened before the other situation would happen. In these short stories, I just could find one example of past perfect tense because just one sentence which suitable with the formula of past perfect tense. Past perfect continuous tense have formula subject plus had plus been plus verb ing plus object. The example sentence: her sister had been reading books all morning. Her sister is subject, had been reading is had been plus verb ing, books is object. The situation tells that the situation began in the past, continued in the past, and ended at a defined point in the past. Alice's sister starts reading a book until Alice realized that the story she felt was just a dream. She realized it because her sister woke her up. This means that Alice's sister started reading, continued reading, and ended the reading in the past. In these short stories, I just could find one sentence of past perfect continuous tense because there is just one sentence which suitable with the formula. Future continuous tense have formula subject plus will plus be plus verb ing. Future continuous tense is a verb that indicates that something will occur in the future and continue for an expected length of time. But in these short stories, I could not find the example of future continuous tense because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula. Future perfect continuous tense have formula subject plus will plus have plus been plus verb ing. Future perfect continuous tense is a verb that describes action that will continue up until a point in the future. But in these short stories, I could not find the example of future perfect continuous tense because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula. Conditional type 1. The formula of conditional type 1 is if plus simple present, simple future. The example sentence: if I lose, it will be off with the hat for you. If I lose is if plus present tense, and then after comma, it will be off is future tense. When the king says that sentence, it could be in that condition or probably condition. The time in this sentence is present that marked with word loss. This sentence could be used to give warnings. Number 2. If I like, I will have your head for it. If I like is if plus present tense, and then after comma, I will have is refers to future tense. When the king say that sentence, it could be in that condition or probably condition. The time in this sentence is present that marked with word like. This sentence could be used to give warnings. Conditional type 2 have formula if plus simple past, present conditional or present continuous conditional. The example sentence: if she didn't like someone, she would instruct her soldiers to be off with his or her heads immediately. This sentence just refers to an unlikely or hypothetical condition because it's just Alice's dreams, so this is just a supposition. Conditional type 3 have formula if plus past perfect, perfect conditional or perfect continuous conditional. Conditional type 3 is truly hypothetical and unreal because it is now too late for the condition or its result to exist. In these short stories, I could not find the example of conditional type 3 because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula of conditional type 3. Next, I will presentation my analysis about tenses from movies with title Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper. Simple present tense have formula subject plus verb 1 plus object. The example sentence: Number 1. I know it's my duty. I is subject. Know is verb 1. It is object. The sentence tells that this is factual because she knows her duty as a princess to save the folk, and she should marry King Dominic. The situation happens at that moment Princess Anneliese speaks, so the sentence uses present tense. Number 2. On behalf of King Dominic, I present this engagement gift to you. I is subject, present is verb 1, this engagement gift is object. The situation happened at that time King Dominic speak in the prison, so he said, I present this engagement gift to you. Simple past have formula subject plus was or were plus verb 2 plus object. The example sentence: at the very same moment, two identical baby girls were born. Two identical baby girls is subject, were born is were plus verb 2. At the same moment in the past, there were two identical baby girls who were born. It means that birth has started and stopped at some moment in the past. Number 2. They worried. They were so poor. How would they be able to care for their little daughter? They is subject. Worried is verb 2. The oldster from Erica worried whether they could provide for Erica because they are so poor. The sentence tells that the oldster from Erica just worried in the past and did not occur until now. The problem finished at the past. Past continuous tense have formula subject plus was or were plus verb ing plus object. The example sentence: Number 1. Long ago and far away in a village high on a mountain top, something amazing was occurring. Something amazing is subject, was occurring is was plus verb ing. The situation happened in the past and is still occurring at some point in the past. This tells that in the past, when the queen and the king had children, there was something amazing that occurred in their life with having a daughter named Anneliese. Number 2. Nearby lived a rich young king who was seeking a wife. A rich young king is subject, was seeking is was plus verb ing, a wife is object. A rich young king named King Dominic was seeking a wife. The sentence tells that at some point in the past, King Dominic was seeking a wife and still occurring in the past until he arranged with Princess Anneliese. Present continuous tense have formula subject plus is or am or are plus verb ing plus object. The example sentence: Number 1. We are stealing gold. We is subject. Are stealing is are plus verb ing. Gold is object. The Prime Minister errand boy, there are two guys, are stealing gold at the shed. The situation tells the action that goes around the time they talk. Number 2. I'm looking for again one for a special lady. I am looking is subject plus am plus verb ing. A special lady is object. When Madame Carp looks at the clothes, there is someone coming in. She thinks it was Princess Anneliese, so she said, I'm looking for one again for a special lady. This tells that this action is still going on. Simple future tense have formula subject plus will plus verb 1 plus object. The example sentence: Number 1. I will repay my parents' debt. I is subject. Will repay is will plus verb 1. My parents' debt is object. The sentence is said by Erika. She said to Madame Carp that she will repay her parents' debt. The sentence says that she will pay full from her parents' debt in the future. Number 2. I will send someone for you. I is subject. Will send is will plus verb 1. Someone is object. Princess Anneliese tells Erika that she will send someone to take Erika and bring her to the palace. It is just a plan from Princess Anneliese and will do in the future and not now. Present perfect tense have formula subject plus have or has plus verb 3 plus object. The example sentence. Number 1. But I've already paid off more than half. I is subject. Have already paid is have plus verb 3. Erika has already paid the credit from the past until now. Because Erika's parents are so poor, they have credit for Mrs. Madame Carp. So, Erika works at Madame Carp boutique and tries to pay the credit until Mrs. Madame Carp bankrupt. Number 2. The ambassador has arrived with a gift for you. The ambassador is subject. Has arrived is has plus verb 3 with a gift is object. King Dominic and his father arrive at the palace to propose Princess Anneliese with a gift. The sentence use present perfect tense because when King Dominic and his father come to the palace and have been there long enough, so his come is not just over but still happening sometime in the past. Present perfect continuous tense have formula subject plus has or have plus been plus verb ing. Present perfect continuous tense shows that something action started in the past and is continuing at the present time. But in these movies, I could not find the example of present perfect continuous tense because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula. Past perfect tense have formula subject plus had plus verb 3 plus object. The example sentence. When the miners informed the queen the gold had run out. The gold is subject and had run out is had plus verb 3. The situation tells us that before the miners informed the queen, the gold had run out. So, before one action happened, the gold had run out. Number 2. She had discovered it was filled with geos. She is subject. Had discovered is had plus verb 3. It is object. Princess Anneliese had discovered a rock that was filled with geos, so this can help the community economy. She found that idea when she was trapped by the Prime Minister. Past perfect continuous tense have formula subject plus had plus been plus verbing. Past perfect continuous tense shows that an action started in the past, continue up until another time in the past. But in these movies, I could not find past perfect continuous tense because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula. Future continuous tense have formula subject plus will plus be plus verb ing. The example sentence. Number 1. Keep logging, you will be working for me for another 37 years. You is subject. Will be working is will plus be plus verb ing. For me is object. Mrs. Madam Carp told that Erica will be working for her for another 37 years. The situation tells that this action is still going until some moment in the future. And then the last, conditional type. Number 1, conditional type 1 have formula if plus simple present, simple future. Conditional type 1 is refers to a possible condition and its probable result. But in these movies I could not find the example of conditional type 1 because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula of conditional type 1. Number 2, conditional type 2 have formula if plus simple past, present conditional or present continuous conditional. Conditional type 2 is refers to an unlikely or hypothetical condition and its probable result. But in these movies I could not find the example of conditional type 2 because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula of conditional type 2. Number 3, conditional type 3 have formula if plus past perfect, perfect conditional or perfect continuous conditional. Conditional type 3 is truly hypothetical and unreal because it is now too late for the condition or its result to exist. But in these movies I could not find the example of conditional type 3 because there is no sentence which suitable with the formula of conditional type 3. Thank you.